3D arrays are very important to understand in Python. So we know what a 2D array looks like. This is what a 2D array looks like. It looks like an Excel spreadsheet. You've got columns across and rows going down. And then this is how you access the individual element of an array. So cell 0, 0 means it's the first column, first row. How do you get or understand 3D arrays? In Python, this is how it's declared. This is a view of a 3D array. So imagine 2D array is a single sheet in Excel, but 3D array is actually multiple sheets in Excel. So sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. So here you can see sheet 1 is actually simply a 2D array. Sheet 2 is actually also a 2D array. And this is how you access it. So the first reference of this one is, well, this is going to be the first sheet. So 0, 0, 0, which refers to the first column. And then if you look at that 0, 0, 1, then that means it's the second layer here because it's 0 index space. And of course 0, 0, 3. So that's how I would understand 3D arrays. Just think of them as multiple Excel sheets because this is what a 2D array looks like. And if you have multiple versions of this, then that becomes a 3D array. Now let's see, how do you actually declare that in Python? Just as you would do with a 2D array. So you declare this is row 0, row 1, row 2, and then columns, column 0, column 1, column 2. So that's your first sheet, and you can see it's surrounded within these square brackets. And then if you want the second sheet, and this is what I would call layer 0. So if you go back to our Excel example, this is the first sheet or the first layer. Then you put the second layer and third layer. Oh, here we're going to do a second layer so that you can think of it as a second sheet. So this would be a second sheet, and you can see here row 0, row 1, row 2, column 1, column 2, column 3. So this is how the 3D array is declared. So you can see it's now layer 1 and layer 0. And then this is all surrounded in this square bracket. So this means it's a 3D array. So going back to 2D array, this is what it looks like. And if you have multiple versions of it, that means it's 3D array. And this is exactly what we've done. If we just had this bit here, then that simply would be a 2D array. But because we've got another square bracket here and another square bracket here, and within here, we've got two sets of those 2D arrays. And that's what makes it a 3D array. So here we can see things like, if I run this, and you can see that we can see the shape of this array. So the shape of this array is we've got 2, 3, 3, and this is the output we go here, 2, 3, 3. This is the shape. So that means it's 2 layers, 3 rows, 3 columns of the shape of the array is. You can check the number of dimensions. So again, when you use end dim, that means it's 3, which means it's 3D array. And here we can access the element like this. So this is going to be layer 0 and layer 1. So here, this is how you reference it. And as you can see here, the values that we get are 6 for this one because we're looking at layer 0. So that will be this one, the first one. We're looking at row number 1. So row number 1 here is actually going to be this one. And then we're looking at column number 2. So this will be, you go here and this will be 0, this will be 1, this will be 2. And then this is how you get your 6 here. So this is how, so just think of them as multiple Excel sheets, while a 2D array is a single Excel sheet. And it's very simple to understand in Python.